trip primo. Masta. Ai, tu me put. Right, un pau da. Isso. Isso ora.
Why don't you go put my phone over close to the speaker and we'll get started when you get back. It's a little too far. Yeah, just put it on like the fountain or something.
I love these films.
Cut it. Did you cut the sound down?
You want it down some more?
A little bit. Come on. That's fine. Thanks. Yeah. We didn't practice this in the rehearsal.
That's fine, that's fine.
How are you gonna?
You're good.
Put on a long dress.
You can make it.
Yeah, let's not do that. All right.
You ready?
Yep.
All right, everybody, please be seated. So welcome everyone. On behalf of Kelsie and Alen, I want to thank you all for being here this afternoon. Kelsie and Alen have invited us all here to these beautiful mountains to share with us an important moment in their love story. Kelsie and Alen, I know when the two of you first got engaged, this isn't exactly what you pictured. But it's safe to say that this year has thrown us all through a loop. But the two of you have faced these challenges with flexibility, grace, and humor. Standing here surrounded by loved ones shows that you have already accomplished one of marriage's toughest lessons, which is compromise. By getting married today, you've shown that your love for one another can conquer even the toughest of challenges, and your commitment to one another will not falter no matter what is thrown your way. I have had the unique opportunity to watch your relationship grow from the very beginning. I remember the day that Kelsie came home after her first date with Alen, laughing as she described a sweet man who carried a can of Diet Coke up a mountain because he couldn't find a trash can. The two of you have been laughing ever since. I also remember the day Alen moved to Raleigh. Instead of an obstacle, you both saw an opportunity. Kelsie quickly followed, and the two of you created a home for yourself. And seeing my sister's happiness and love grow over the years has been amazing. I really can't think of a relationship that's been filled with more love, humor, and respect than yours. We're also happy for you both, and I can't wait to see what chapter comes next. And now Kelsie and Alen would like to address their families. Kelsie, I have your...
I think Alen goes first.
Oh, you didn't memorize it?
Okay, take your time.
Huh?
Take your time.
I'm gonna take our time. Puno sam razmišljao šta da kažem i kako da se zahvalim. I izrazim svoju ljubav i zahvalnost za sve što ste učinili za mene. Ali ne postoje riječi ni način na kojima se mogu stvarno zahvaliti za sve što ste učinili za mene. Znači da znate da sva žrtvovanje, sve godine rada, sva ljubav, svu ljubav i svaki savjet nisu bili uzaludni. Slušao sam i vidio sve. I ako budem i pola čovjeka i roditelja kao što ste vi, bit ću sretan. Stvarno čujem. Dakle, da svojim oboje i ne mogu vam objasniti stvarno kako sam ponosan da sam vaš sin. Hvala za sve.
Thank you.
So for you, I know I don't always make it easy to be my sister, but I do want you to know that I also seriously cannot be more proud that I'm your big brother. watching you grow from, my tiny, annoying little sister into the beautiful, strong woman you become has been one of the greatest joys of my life. And one of the biggest, happiest moments of my life. Experiences. I could never imagine back in the day, because I remember exactly where I was when I found out that you were born. I could never imagine just how lucky I was to be that you were actually going to be my sister. I remember for the days that we played FIGHT because we thought that they could spell fight. For long talks we shared on the porch right after I came back to Boston, especially during that time. You've always been a source of inspiration and motivation and comfort. I want you to know that I love you more than you love me now. And I always have your back. And then
He literally said that. He told me if Daniel likes you, then this will work. You're in. And I guess you like me all right, because here we are. You've grown to be much more than just Alan's friend to me. I count you as a friend as well. Our move to North Carolina would have been much more difficult if you hadn't been there for us, letting Alan live with you, letting me stay in your bed when I visited, being Alan's support before I moved up, and all the other hood rat shenanigans in between, because I know there's been a lot. I look forward to many more years of couch crashing, trivia, camping, and adventures with you. You'll always be a part of our family.
That was great.
Yeah. That's it.
That was great.
Hasiv, Svetlana, Maya, and Taylor. Avala vam zazve shtoste učinili za Alena da bi postao onaj. Sorry, it's really hard for me to do Bosnian. Čovek koji je danas I hvala vam za ogromno zvrtvovanje prezeljenja iz Bosne u Ameriku. Naravno da bez toga ja nikada ne bi upoznala Alena I moj život bi bio manji. Am I saying that right? Manji. I hope y'all can understand me. Bez
We haven't seen you all
vaze I njegove ljubavi I podrške. Hvala vam što ste uvijek ponašali prema meni kao prema svojoj kćeri, čak mnogo prije nego što smo se zaručili. I hvala vam što ste me naučili o svojoj kulturi I tradicijama. Ne mogu vam opisati kako sam sretna da napokon postajem harička. Volim vas sve.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Perfect. Thank you. I love you. Here, we're like,
So for those I haven't met, I'm Daniel. Alan and I have been friends since high school. Relative to what we've gathered here today to witness, the origin story of my friendship with Alan is unimportant. The first time I met Kelsie was at 1701 in Birmingham, where Alan used to live with a couple of our friends. She was standing on the stairs to the second floor, giving him a light chastising for not getting ready to leave with enough urgency.
That sounds right.
And I remember cracking up at the business she was giving him, and also thinking she might actually be able to challenge him in ways that he hasn't been challenged before. Shortly after that meeting, we hiked together, then went out to eat. Conversation flowed easily, as if those of us who barely knew her had known her for as long as we've known Alan. Toward the end of the meal, Kelsie made the comment that she already felt like she was one of the group,
very presumptuous of me.
but everybody there immediately and simultaneously agreed. And I remember driving home after dinner and simply thinking, that makes sense. For me, there was never room for a what if in terms of who he might have ended up with otherwise. At some point it became a foregone conclusion that he would ask her to marry him. Even though he and I never explicitly discussed it early in our relationship, it was never, I wonder whether she's the one for him, but I wonder when he's going to realize he's going to marry her. It's harder for me to judge how Alen has specifically affected Kelsie because I've never known Kelsie without Alen. Not that Kelsie necessarily needed any improvement to begin with. As she and I facetiously said to each other at the end of a long car ride down to Birmingham last December, after discussing all of the idiosyncrasies of our friends and friendships at great length. Well, we're basically perfect and have no problems ourselves.
Yeah.
But as incredible a person as Kelsie may have entered the relationship from the jump, she's certainly honed perseverance and patience. Less than a year into their relationship, she braved a trip to Prentice Cooper in the middle of winter to go camping with Alen, our friend Jonathan, and me, arguably with far too much blind faith in our questionable outdoor abilities at the time. It snowed that night, and we hadn't put the rain fly of the tent up correctly, so the night was spent with the tent floor cold and wet from melting snow. And of the four of us, Kelsie complained the least. That impressed me a great deal at the time. And since then, they've both taken risks and sacrificed for each other countless times, maintaining a long-distance relationship by making multiple 8-hour drives each month, moving out of state away from friends and family. Perhaps most notably, Kelsie has become rightfully more confident in her own judgments and accordingly has not been back camping with us since.
Smart girl.
So, Alen and Kelsie say memes and internet culture are solely responsible for the relationship, but I don't consider that to be a shallow thing at all. I consider that to be the highest possible compliment.
Yeah.
Memes aren't superficial, they're profound at their core. They speak to common experience, to the embodiment of a feeling or a truth that resonates with enough people for them to spread. They're the things that we repeat to each other often and enough times to give them meaning in and of themselves because they acknowledge a deeply shared reality. As it happens, the most pervasive meme about the relationship that has filtered into our wider friend group from Alen in the past 5 years is simply, I miss Kelsie. Alen, you lucked all the way out. I know you know it because the ways you've consistently changed your life for the better as a result of who Kelsie is to you. I've watched you sacrifice without complaint because of what your relationship with her means. You've grown in ways you didn't anticipate and may not have even known you needed to grow. Out of all the moments I've known you, this is the proudest I've ever been of you. Kelsie, I've been friends with Alen for 17 years, and you are by far the best partner he's ever had.
Wow.
You're the only woman he's ever talked to me about missing. It doesn't matter where your feet go, so long as they go with his.
Wow.
You have made Alan's life immeasurably better. You have made my best friend a better person, and I love you for it. There's a lot this year that hasn't made sense, but I appreciate you including all of us in this moment so we can all be part of something that does. I will now hand you your correct rings so you can exchange vows.
Here, you can put that in your pocket.
Alright, you got your papers.
Please, my friend, go again.
Yeah. Oh, you were crying the whole time.
No. Take your time. Give it a second. Okay.
Yeah, don't set your ass on fire.
I think you know
Do
how
it.
to start us off, which is Kelsie Taylor Dale. You are good shit. And I could not be happier that we're finally making this legit. I could never have in a million years have imagined that the slightly annoyed girl that I was very late to meet for the first date and somehow get convinced to go on a very snot-filled hike with me on that cold, rainy day in February 2016 will be standing in front of me today. Yet 4.5 years on, however, I cannot imagine standing here with anyone but you. You are everything I've ever dreamed about in a partner, and so much more. You're intelligent, you're kind, you're compassionate. You make me laugh like nobody else has ever made me laugh. Your dazzling smile takes my breath away each and every time. Which also explains the asthma, I'm sure. When I look into your eyes, I feel completely naked and vulnerable, and yet somehow completely safe and warm at the same time. You push me to be better when I fall short of the man that I know I should be, and I catch myself looking at you every single day. I'm wondering how I got this lucky to be with someone as beautiful, inside and out, as you are. And your hair is laid. Rest.
We did a good job.
I know that without a doubt that I would not be the person that I am today without your love, support, and constant encouragement. And at my lowest point in life, when I had absolutely nothing, you believed in me and the vision that I had in myself. And even times when I stopped believing in myself, you were there to remind me. I promise I will spend every day trying to be worthy of that love and faith that you have in me. To always listen to you and hear you out. To always treat you as my equal. And never put you, myself, or anyone else in front of you. To always have your back and support you in every endeavor you may undertake, personally or professionally. To be your partner in good times and bad. And to work every single day to give you the kind of life that you deserve and have always dreamed of. And no matter what uncertainties life may throw our way, I want you to be certain one thing, which is the baby be my forever girl. I love you.
Yeah.
And now if you'll have me,
We haven't practiced this part.
You don't matter.
Let me see that. Alan, I can't believe this is finally happening, which was the first thing that Patrick said to David on Schitt's Creek when they got married. And I was like, I wrote that first. Like, I said it first, it's fine. That I get to be your wife. You're the kindest, funniest, handsomest, hardest working person I know. Your love for me amazes me every single day. And our love is rarer than the Abani berries themselves. Thank you for loving me for who I am. I'm not always easy to love. For a while, I felt like I wouldn't find someone who could love me for who I really, truly am. But then I met you, and you know me for who I genuinely am. You see my whole person and still love me. You know me better than anybody else. You've seen me at my darkest and most hopeless, as well as my best and everything in between. You have always pushed me to become a better person in every aspect of my life. We've been through a lot together already, like a long-distance relationship, moving out of state, changing jobs, raising 3 furry children, and there will be more challenges and joy to come. But there's no one else I would have by my side, and together we'll figure out whatever else comes our way. You are truly my best friend. I promise to hunt ghouls with you, roast our cats with you, fish for sewage runoff crabs with you, and split all the demon I find under the bridge. I promise to love you no matter what, to take care of you, and make hot memes with you, and to believe in you. And I promise to love and take care of your family as if they were my own. I promise to push you to better yourself, and I promise to be faithful and stay by your side no matter what happens. I'm so honored, grateful, and proud to finally be your wife. I love you. Oh, boy.
Kelsie and Alen, it is my great pleasure to pronounce you husband and wife. You can kiss your bride.
Oh yeah! Yeah.
So we're doing a walk.
Everybody, this is Mr. and Mrs. Alen and Kelsie Hadich.
Yay! Yeah, let's
Is it
You
us?
too, yeah. Let's do the same way. You too, go ahead. Yeah, and read the card.